I wonder, are most of those anti-Nintendo threads Sony fanboys? I just wonder. Until Dawn is getting a remake. This is a PS4 game. Yes, a PS4 game is getting remade on the PS5. This is like the 6th or 7th time. Okay, so we have Last of Us 1 and 2, Horizon Zero Dawn being remade. They're going to remake. They remade Spider-Man 1 on the PS5. Uh, until Death Stranding, they remade Ghost of Tsushima. Okay, they remade so many games on the PS5. Okay, but now we have the 8th game, Until Dawn, Sony's next unnecessary remake. Okay, so Until Dawn is getting a PC and PS5 remake. So this game only came out a decade ago. Yeah, this game is that old. But God's development stopped for the PS3, but launched in the PS4 with critical success and acclaim. But again, if you have the PS4 game, you can play it on the PS5. But again, is there going to be 100 threads complaining about Until Dawn getting a remake? No, there isn't. But Nintendo remakes a 20-year-old game that people will love? Oh my god, Nintendo's running out of ideas! Or they remade Luigi's Mansion 2, which was a massive successful game. How dare Nintendo be lazy and, reuse games? But when Sony does it, there's crickets. Absolutely nothing. No complaints at all. Okay? Sony can do whatever they want because the PS5 is the greatest console ever. Your favorite YouTuber loves it, like Sniper Wolf and all these big YouTubers. Like, the PS5 is the real gaming console. Oh yeah, the real gaming console, should be putting out all these massive original games that people want to buy. PS5 has had like 3 or 4 massive successful games that are made by Sony. Spider-Man Miles Morales is also on the PS4. God of War, Horizon, also on the PS4. Talking about God of War, Ragnarok, and Horizon Forbidden West. The only true PS4, PS5 exclusive game that was successful, like really successful, is Spider-Man 2. You may count Stellar Blade as success, but that game died of a month, so, no one, basically all the people who want to see Eve's boobs went to go buy the game, and that's it. But it just really shows that Sony is really running out of ideas. Like, these are all PS4 games. Like, it makes sense if you want to put, like, a PS2 or PS3 game. The difference between the PS4 and the Wii U is that the Wii U failed. Nintendo basically gave all these games a second chance. But the PS4 sold like 100 million units. Okay, why doesn't Sony say, let's make it backwards compatible, like Xbox does, and make us backwards compatible? But it seemed that the market would rather pay $70 to play the same game again 10 years later. Yeah, it really shows, it just shows how, funny and hypocritical Sony fans are. And there's too many PlayStation games and Nintendo games. And Nintendo games are actually fun, and PlayStation games are just freaking movies disguised as games. Okay? That's the difference of Nintendo and PlayStation. And yes, Nintendo games do have cutscenes, but Nintendo is about the gameplay. Like Mario Odyssey, Kirby and the Forgotten Land, Mario Wonder, all those massive games. People bought those games because they love the gameplay of those series. Okay? The games focus on the gameplay first. There is a story in those games, but the gameplay is tend to focus. Okay, and even games like Pikmin 3, like, the gameplay is still pretty fun. It's worth playing. Those types of games like Pikmin 3 are worth playing over again if they re-release them. So Until Dawn, it's just a movie disguised as the game. And this is just the main criticism of Sony games in general. Okay, is that these games, they're like, oh my god, we must remake all of our old games because we can't think of anything new. But when they think of anything new, it's complete garbage. Like Concord, no one likes that game. But it just shows you the hypocrisy of these people. Like, and these people will complain that Nintendo is running out of ideas by porting Wii U games to the Switch. And that Nintendo's being lazy. But when Sony does the same thing, it's kind of like that Joker meme. When Sony releases a PS4 game, no one bats an eye. But when Nintendo releases a Wii U game, everyone loses their mind. Okay, the difference between the Wii U and the PS4 is that the Wii U was a commercial failure. It was a massive failure. It only sold 14 million copies. I had a Wii U, but a lot of the games a lot of the Wii U games either receive sequels or ports because Nintendo wanted people to give those games a second chance. You know, same thing with them remaking Fauzi Adore and Mario RPG. Nintendo said, you know what, people love these games back in the day. Let's give modern audiences a chance to play these games as well. You know, people who growing up with the Switch, they play Fauzi Adore and Mario RPG. Okay, people are going to be talking about nostalgia for both of those games now because of the Nintendo Switch. They introduced these characters and worlds and stories to a new generation. But these people were out of line. But Sony, when they literally have a game, you can really play on your freaking goddamn PS4 and play it on the PS5 as well, because Until Dawn can be played on the PS5. Same thing with the fucking Last of Us. This fucking game is on the PS3 as well as the PS4, and at the freaking PS5 and on freaking PC. Okay, there's so many options. Why don't you just put on Xbox and Switch at this point? Oh wait, Sony doesn't want to do it because Xbox will do it, but we're not gonna do it. We're not gonna get rid of exclusivity. Okay, we are not gonna get rid of exclusivity, even though they're like a 10-year-old game at this point. Like, what's the harm of Xbox and Switch players playing the freaking Last of Us for the fucking first time? Okay, you know. Yeah, it's just absolutely ridiculous, Sony's hypocrisy. And it's funny, the most ridiculous one is The Last of Us Part 2 being ported to the PS5. There is no reason to port that game to the PS5. Oh, let's do it anyways because we want money. Okay, this is just the hypocrisy of Sony and Sony fanboys. Sony fanboys have defended to the day end. Games that can really be played on the PS4. On the PS5. This game can be with any PS4 game. I keep saying the wrong thing by accident, sorry. But these games can really, any PS4 game can be really played on the PS5. But Sony will go to lazy route and report all the games on the PS5. Also, there's a rumor that the first Spider-Man game for PS4 is also being ported to the PS5. Hooray! No one is excited. And that's about this video here. Goodbye.